Okay, it is time to do the Killing Bites My Thoughts. So, this is the only show that I've done, or anime, that I have went over so far that is currently going. The other two, well, actually, no. Never mind, I lied. Seven Deadly Sins is currently going too. Never mind, I'm a liar. I'm a terrible person. But this is the one that does not have a season one that is already out. Haha, there you go. It's the first for something. So for Killing Bites, this is definitely not going to be nearly as long as the other two. It will not be an hour like them. So I plan on changing these up a little bit. I'm not going to go over kind of like the backstory and everything. I'm just going to kind of expect you people to have already seen a little bit of it, I guess. So yeah, spoiler alert. So, yeah. So, in this show, it's very interesting. Now, if you ever in a stream or in another video or something like that, hear me say the word interesting, 9 times out of 10, it means it's very sexual. Sexual. It definitely prioritizes etchiness and fan service above almost all else. And then right next to it, like in competition with it, which is why I said almost, is the action and fighting. There's never really a moment where they're not fighting. I guess there's like commentary here and there, but it just goes by real fast. And then the fighting is just like, oh my goodness, monumental. So basically, the lore of it is that there are these people that get infused with animals to give them special abilities, and they can like transform into them partially, not fully, and then they compete in these gangs that are in Japan. There are 4 different gangs that rule Japan basically, and the gangs compete against each other, betting like money and like so on and land, I guess, and so on and so forth, saying that their Killing Bites warrior can beat the other guys. And I'm pretty sure in like the show they're called brutes, but nonetheless. Saying that like my guy can beat yours, and then they'll actually like bet it, and they'll have championships and like so on and so forth. Now, we start the show off with the guy that's in like the back corner on the left hand. He's the only real, well, I don't know, there's the other guy named Taiga. Where he just kind of, he's there. He's an average dude. And then his friends attempt to rape, which you'll notice sex is a big topic. The other girl that's slashing the screen, who's also 2 times on the right, who's like glowing purple and bloody. They try to attack and rape her, but then she murders them all, except for him. And now they're in cahoots, basically, and he's her sponsor for all of her events and blah, blah, blah. So let's get down to, like, the nitty-gritty with my thoughts. Now, I am an 18-year-old boy. That's enough to know what I'm getting at. I like the show for obvious reasons. You see the picture on the right-hand side? Obvious reasons. That's literally what the main character wears whenever she fights, and nothing else. Why? I know why, but just, oh my goodness. The show has just stinking started. I don't know how many episodes it has, but it's not long. There is not a lot of episodes in this. And like, it's going to get 12 episodes, but I don't think it's at 12 currently. I don't believe so. I could be wrong. It could have already reached its 12 episode. Nah, there's no way it's been out for 12 weeks. Maybe. Okay, well, it's going to get 12 episodes, and if it's already at 12, then whatever. But of the ones that I've seen, which I've only seen like 5 or 6, it is ridiculous. There's sexuality in every single one. The first one, they tried raping her. In like the first episode, the second episode, a random stranger tried to, not a random stranger, another one of the brutes, the people that can like mix with animals and all, tried killing the one guy, and she literally walked up to him half naked and said, "Hey, you wanna touch me?" Yeah. Um, this one lady, she's been hit 1,000 times and while wearing that outfit. What else is there? The one dude who, like, there's always that one really creepy guy in anime who's always like, I love beating people up, but it gives me pleasure, like sexual pleasure and all that nonsense. There's been a guy in that show already who's been already defeated. He was like an episode, well, a few episodes technically, where he literally like raped a few random girls. And then he was about to the main character, and oh my goodness, I've never seen such a blatant like sexual innuendo before. Okay, well, I have, but not in an anime. It was something that I cannot describe to you. This guy, which apparently the manga is even worse, because I, being a very interesting individual myself, okay, I'm not very interesting, I'm not sexual. Nonetheless, being curious, I went to the manga too. Which it went even further in the manga. This guy, literally, he's half snake, and he pulls out 2 snake penises. Yes. And he's about to rape the girl. And they literally, whenever a character has like a special move, they like give it a title and like show the screen, and they mess with the screen in like a cool way, and it's called the Stinking Cobra Cannons, and I literally just face palmed and go, oh my god, why? While laughing. It was something I cannot describe. And then apparently he gets them cut off right afterward, but that's a different story. And then in the manga, they go into even more detail. Not only just like calling the Cobra Cannons and all, they actually explain, because like normally whenever someone has a special move, they show the actual animal doing whatever that special move is type deal. Like with that same snake guy, he had venom that he could have made. He made like a mist of his own venom, paralyzing people for like breathing in the mist. And then it showed like an actual snake, and it said how some cobras can actually spit their venom out depending on like the breed and all. But of course, with this time, it really didn't do that. But in the manga, it did. It goes, cobras have 2 penises that stay underneath this little lip in their body. Upon being opened out, upon entering the female cobra, they expand, preventing them from coming out. And I'm literally, after reading that, I facepalmed and said, why am I watching this and reading this? And then I remembered that's exactly why I'm watching this and reading this. To be truthful, I stopped reading the manga because I'm not really a big manga reader in general. But just, what? Okay, now as I said, this is going to be a lot shorter because I'm not going over the backstory and everything, and I just kind of wanted to get out there how sexual it is. So I'm going to go like straight into like what I actually think of the show. So first things first, I like the show. It does have a good amount of action in it. There are some really cool fight scenes, and just seeing everyone in like their transformed state can either be something really sexual, just really cool looking. Honestly, it's pretty nice. Some of them are kind of stupid looking and funny, but you know, that also adds to it, is because it is pretty funny. There are plenty of scenes that are really funny that just make me laugh pretty hard. There have been plenty of sexual scenes that yet again make me laugh and go, oh, all at the same time. Something I kind of want to do is like send either like an email or go into the comments section of something from like Lost Pause, his YouTube channel, and be like, how are you liking Killing Bites, sir? It'd be like, favorite show, 10 out of 10. But so like with my thoughts, it is really sexual, really funny, and has really good combat and looks really nice. Like all the images from the right are like legit things from the show that I've seen myself. And even though like it is an anime, and it's not something like Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works where it looks incredible. It's more along the lines of just like an average anime with really good animation. Well, I'm not big on like animation and everything like that. I've never really been picky for how things look. Okay, there's been a few shows where I'm just like, why? But most of the time, I'm like, this looks good the way it is. And like honestly, I like the animation in this show. I like how everything looks. I don't think they do too much. I don't think they do too little. I think that it's good. Now, the things that I would change about it is honestly, I would hurt my own soul and I would make it a little less sexual. Like, I guess maybe that could be one of the big things that people like about it is the fact of how insanely sexual it is. Like, it's even like over the top sexuality. But at the same time, I want to be like, you have so much in it, and it needs it, but it doesn't need that much. And oh my god, it never stops. Like, they're constantly making like some sort of reference. It's a bit much in my honest opinion. And I've watched shows like To Love Ru, where every other episode all the girls' clothes are being magically flung off and they're landing on the main character. Where even in that case I'm just like, it's just too much. Like, I understand that it's supposed to be over the top, but god, really? Does it need to have that much? Does it really? One character had their panties taken off. It was like, oh my lordy. I have no words for like how sexual it is, besides it's just too much. And as I was saying, like when it comes to anime and stuff like that, I really am a bad critic because besides the sexuality, I really don't have that much to change. I think the fights are really cool. As I was saying, the animation's nice for me anyway. I like how how they have the characters develop. You can really get a sense of how people act and feel and what they're gonna do just from like the first moment you meet them. And that's something I really like. Is like when you don't just see a character and being like, huh, I wonder how they're gonna develop. It's like you see a character, the character starts talking, and then you just know all the things about them just because of their personality and how they talk so far, and you're just like, ah, man, this is nice. And like you get that with this show. Is like there hasn't been a character yet where after seeing them you don't know how they're going to behave, you don't know how they're going to act, you don't know how they're going to be defeated, because like a few characters, like the moment I saw them, was like, I know exactly what's gonna happen to you. They have thrown a few curveballs in it where like here and there that I wasn't entirely expecting, but at the same time it was like, ooh, it was still a good. Now, at the same time, it's not like to the point where I'm expecting where I understand the entire show before I even see the actual episode. It's just to the point where, like, I have a general idea of what's going to happen, and I like where it's going. And when it actually goes in that direction with, like, subtle variants and differences, I get really excited, and I like it. Now, other people can have their own opinion and everything, but honestly, in my opinion, this is a really good show. I think that it just needs to tone down the sexualness, and kind of that's really it. Like I don't want them to like tone down on fighting or anything like that. I want them to tone down the sexualness a little bit, not fully. I think that it's still ecchi and that it should remain ecchi, but at the same time, I think that they need to tone it down a little bit. So that has been my thoughts on Killing Bites. If you agree with me, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment saying what you like the show for, blah, blah, blah. And like so on and so forth. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy the changes that I kind of make where I got to the point a little bit faster. And sorry for it being so late in the night when releasing it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.